Fidos Learning has been sponsored by the Korvani family, Levi Nishmat, Ephraim Ben Yedidia, Ruach Hashem Tinukah. So we are doing Parasha for today and tomorrow, Parashat Shavua. This week we have a double Parasha. We have Parashat Matot and Mas'eh together, and we are finishing Sefer Bamidbar. Today we're going to start, we're going to speak a little bit about the beginning of Parashat Matot. And the beginning of Parashat Matot, in order just to get an idea of where we are from a Pshat perspective, what was the end of Parashat Pinchas? What was discussed at the end of Parashat Pinchas? All the Chagim and all the Korbanot that were brought on the Chagim. All of the communal Korbanot, the public Korbanot of the Tzibur, which were brought on the holidays. The last one was Vayom HaShemini Atzeret Yeh Lachem. Shemini Atzeret. It was the day of Shemini Atzeret. And it finished off with the last line. Hashem says, Moshe says, Ele ta'asu la'Adonai b'mo'adechem. These are the korbanot that you should do on your mu'adim, on your holidays. Levad min nidrechem v'nitvotechem. Aside from, apart from, any vows that you made, any oath, any swear that you made that I'm going to bring a korban, someone is sick in the family for washing them out, I want to bring a korban, or you're very happy for something that happened in your life, I want to bring a korban to Hashem. Aside from nidrechem v'nidvotechem, ne'olotechem u'minchotechem, olot, minachim, your personal korbanot, Moshe commands the Jews as he was commanded. So we get all the korbanot, but he said aside from your nidarim, aside from your oaths. And then we continue with the next parasha, Parashat Matot. Moshe is giving the laws about offerings, the laws of oaths, of vows. Vaydaber Moshe el Rashi HaMatot. Moshe speaks to the heads of the tribes of Israel. You see, this one, it's a unique language. You don't have anywhere else. Moshe says, he's speaking, he's gathering the leaders, he's gathering the senators, and he's giving them instructions. Most often, right, Moshe is speaking to the entire Jewish people. He gives them direct communication. Right? Then more, what does he say? Zeh hadavar asher tziva Adonai. I'm going to get back to the Rashi HaMatot in a second. This is the word of God. This is the word which God commanded. Also a unique language. You never have this anywhere else. And Rashi points this out. He says, Moshe Rabbeinu and all the other prophets, most often whenever they make a nevuah, they both use this language. They say, Ko Amar Adonai. Thus said Hashem. Then all the Nevi'im, you read the Nevi'im, the whole Navi is Ko Amar Hashem, Ko Amar Hashem, Ko Amar Hashem. Moshe also used the language of Ko Amar Hashem, but he says Moshe Rabbeinu had a language that he used that no other Navi used, no other prophet used. None of the Torah, none of the Navi. Zeh hadavar. This, you can point to it. Anything that you have zeh in the Torah, it means it's so clear to you. You can point straight to it in front of you. This is full clarity. That which Hashem said. As the Gemara says Moshe Rabbeinu was the only Navi that he saw be'aspaklaria me'ira. Moshe Rabbeinu saw he saw everything that God gave him with complete clarity. Other Nevi'im, aspaklaria she'ena me'ira. It wasn't that clear. They had to figure it out, they had to decipher it, there was a code, there was some kind of thing that they had to unlock and figure out on their own, and then this is the word of Hashem. Moshe Rabbeinu, it was 100% clarity when Hashem gave it. He was the only one. Ish ki yidor neder l'Adonai, o hishava shevuah le'esor isar al nafsho, lo yacher devaro. This is the foundation. the importance. Any person who will make a promise, take a vow, swear, make an oath, to establish a prohibition on himself, lo yachel devaro. His word should not become chol. Lo yachel devaro. Yachel comes from the Hebrew word chulin, right? Chulin as opposed to kodesh. You have kodesh and you have chol. It's as if to say, in a way the Torah is putting it, a person's word has kedusha to it. You should not let your word become chol. Don't let your word just become unimportant, worthless. Your word has significance. Your word has value. Whatever comes to your mouth, out of your mouth, you should fulfill. Now you already get an idea. Why is Moshe speaking to Rashi Matot? Why is Moshe speaking to all the senators and all the members of the House and all the politicians and all the Rashi Matot? Imagine you had this message at your foundation. Every promise that you make, every swear that you make, you have to keep. You have to follow it. Don't make your words worthless. Your words should not be worthless. Who needs to hear it first and foremost? The leaders have to hear it. The communal leaders have to hear this more than anything. Because more than anything, they're the one everybody knows. In America, it's like this. In every country, it's like this. You make promises until you get the vote. After you get the vote, let's see if we're actually going to go through with the promises or not. Unfortunately, though, it's not just about the Rashi Matot. It's really about the entire Jewish people. It's the foundation of a society. The foundation of any society lies on the fact that people are honest, that people are truthful. If people are dishonest with each other, if people's words are worthless, if people's value is, if people, I say something and then tomorrow as if I never said it. I make you a promise today and next day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I said yesterday. How can you live with such a person? How could you live in a society like that? That you don't know it when somebody says something if he means it or if he doesn't mean it. There has to be truth, as if truth is a fabric of society, which is necessary. Honesty in our words and what we mean is the basic thing that holds a society together, that allows society to progress. That you say you're going to do something, I'm going to partner with you, let's do it together. Again, animals don't have this kind of capacity. An animal does not have this kind of capacity. Towards seeing the future, towards saying, let us imagine something together, and let us make it happen, and let us do it, and let us follow through with what we do. That's why it's connected to Kedusha. Where does Kedusha lie in? Kedusha means designated. It means I designated something for a certain purpose, and I'm going to fulfill that purpose with it. Chulin is something which it can be anything at any moment. There is no value, there is no significance. There is no Kedusha in time or in place. We have Kedusha in time or in location. This place, Bet Knesset, has Kedusha. This place is designated for Hashem. It's designated for Tefillot. It's designated for something holy. You can't just use it for anything. You can't use it for any other event. You sell a Bet Knesset. You sell a Bet Knesset. You can't just say we're going to turn it into a gym. We're going to turn it into a youth center. We're going to turn it into something else. It has to stay at that Kedusha, or it has to go higher in Kedusha to make it a Beit Midrash. Even the money which is used. Even the money which is used in that transaction has Kedusha to it. Now, Chachamim, from the very beginning, it goes through all the halachot of Nedarim and when you can do Hatarat Nedarim and Hafarat Nedarim. A person cannot be mefer his own neder. He cannot be matir his own neder. If he makes a promise, he cannot afterward just decide on his own, I'm not going to keep it anymore. if he is unable to keep the neder, if he's unable to keep the promise, somebody else who is qualified to be matir nedarim has to do it for him. Right? So here you see the halachot. You see for a man, right, it has to be someone in the community, a judge, a rav, someone who can do atara nedarim, or a bedin, or three people together. Either you have one person who's a qualified person who's able to do it, or you have a bedin of three people that you get together in order to do hatara nedarim. If there's a woman in her household, right, her father or her husband, only on the day that they hear, right, and it says, what does it say? If they do it, and then it says, "V'Adonai yislach la." Hashem will forgive her for what she said afterward. What does it mean? If a person makes a promise, right? Hashem didn't ask you to make a promise. You made a promise yourself, and you choose not to go through with it. Hashem has to forgive you, right? Even in this case where the Torah said her husband or her father can cancel the neder, can cancel the oath. Still, Hashem yislach, she has to be forgiven for it. The Torah said Hashem will forgive her. Even more so, somebody who makes a neder and they don't keep it. Someone makes a promise and they don't follow through with it. Chachamim, in general, were not fans of nedarim. They were not fans. They did not like shivuot. They didn't like swears. It's even Shlomo HaMelech, I read in Mishlei or in Kohelet, I forgot which one. He says, Tov asher lo tidor, mishe tidor velo teshanem. It's better not to make a promise at all. Don't make a promise. Mishe tidor velo teshanem. Then you make a promise, and then you don't fulfill your promise. Don't make a promise in the first place. And Rambam, he says, that a person has to educate his children. One of the educations that a father and a mother have to do for their children is to make sure that their children are not swearing. There are people like this, that on every single thing you talk to them, you say, I swear by God, I swear by my life, I swear by this, I swear by... Every single other minute they have another swear coming out of their mouths. Why do you have to swear? I can't accept you for your word without you swearing? And Rambam says a father has to educate his children not to swear, not to take his language lightly. A person who swears on every single word, his oath becomes worthless. His swear becomes worthless. The point here is that a person's word has to have kedusha, has to have importance to it. And there was one guy there was a Rav Chaim told us the story of, that here's a guy that he wanted to do teshuvah. He comes to the Rav and he's confessing all of his avonot. Every avon in the Torah he did, from beginning to end, from A to Z. And he says, how can I do teshuvah? What should I do? What's something I can do? What's one step that I can take? The Rav told him, he says, everything you say, you keep. Never lie. Keep honesty. Be 100% honest. This guy, he would steal, he would lie, he would disrespect his wife, he would cheat his wife. Now every time he started to say a word, he had to think twice to himself. Well, I made a shua, I made an oath, I have to keep it. I can't do it. And suddenly, right, not only did he change his words, all of his actions changed. The way he acted towards others changes as well. Because what's he going to say afterward if I don't keep it? And what's Hashem? I'm going to get punished by Hashem if I don't keep my word. So honesty is a protection for all of the mitzvot of the Torah. It's a protection for the fabric of society. Chachamim also said, they had a word for nedarim. They said that Lo dayecha, Torah says, Lo dayecha, ma she'asra Torah, ela she'ata oseh alecha dvarim acherim. For example, with the Nazir takes upon himself not to take haircuts, not to drink any wine, not to come into contact with the metim. Chachamim said, it's not enough for you what the Torah already forbade. Hashem already gave us 613 commandments. There's enough difficulty keeping those. You have to start adding new things on yourself. You add your own things, and now you say, oh, now I'm a religious person, right? Person doesn't keep, is not keeping Shabbat, is not keeping mikveh, not keeping kasher. He's dishonest in his business. He's lying. Doesn't respect his wife whenever he goes home. And then suddenly, I'm going to become a nazir. I'm going to stop cutting my hair, and I'm going to that. And now I'm a tzaddik. I'm going to do hatarat nedarim on Yom Kippur, and that's it. I'm a tzaddik right now. We have to follow the values of the Torah, not start, little things ourselves and add new things ourselves to compensate for all the mistakes that we are already making. What you have to do is you have to correct those mistakes. People don't know that the halakha says, for example, there's an ethics question which comes up in many synagogues, many batei midrash. They get this question. You have somebody that wants to give a donation, and you know that this person in his business, you know that this person, the way he made money in a non-kosher way. He made money through dishonesty, through embezzlement, through any non-kosher methods that they make money. And now this person wants to make a large donation to the synagogue, and this happens very often. A person, let's say, makes $100 million. I'm telling you, serious. $100 million. And what does he say? And through dishonesty, and through hurting others. And now he comes and I want to make $1 million donation to the synagogue. For my own guilt. You know it's for his own guilt. He feels bad about what he did. I'm going to donate $1 million. Or I'm going to donate a hospital. The halakha says that you cannot get away with donating that money to tzedakah. You can't donate. A person who stole money, the Torah says, you have to return the money to those that you stole it from. Mitzvah in the Torah is you have to return the money. You cannot use it for tzedakah. You can't use it for shayah. It's not your money. And there's a mitzvah in the Torah to return the money. The mitzvah in the Torah is to return the money. It's asur to use it for tzedakah. But you say, I'm going to build a hospital with it. There are people that are going to die, that were going to live if I wouldn't have built a hospital. Don't build a hospital. You can't build a hospital with that money. Don't give your money to the synagogue. And the instructions for the synagogue, believe it or not, is don't accept the money. If you know that this guy earned his money in non-kosher ways, don't accept the money. What is this? This is our Torah. Our Torah has been reduced to this. Now we have to save all the people who are dishonest. And we have this, and then we go after it and we say kapara, kapara, kapara. What kapara? Kapara is when a person does teshuvah. Kapara is not this nonsense, this game of charades. Even more so. So lo dayecha ma she'aseh, follow the Torah. Don't add things. Look at the places where you're lacking in your mitzvot in the Torah and fix those areas. Take upon yourself to fix what Hashem wants you to fix. Don't come up with some form of magic. There is a story in the Gemara, which is a scary story, about a woman. There was an almanah, there was a widow, that one time somebody left with her a gold coin to watch. She was an almanah, she was a widow, and she, in order to preserve it, in order to make sure it wouldn't go anywhere, she put it in her flour at home. And she hid it over there so that nothing would happen to this gold coin. One day she decided to bake for tzedakah, and she took from this flour. Accidentally the gold coin wasn't in the flour. She baked it into the bread. She gave the bread to tzedakah. These people who left her the gold coin come back after a while. Where's the gold coin? I don't know, couldn't find it, doesn't know where it is. And she says, in order to get out of paying for it, and she really didn't know what happened to it, she had no idea. He said, I did not benefit from it. I did not use it for anything. She actually didn't use it for anything. Then she looked, I swear by the life of my child. She made a shibuah, an oath. I swear by the life of my child that I did not get any benefit from this gold coin. Then the Gemara says what happened? Her child died. Her child died. And the Gemara says, but she wasn't lying. And she made an oath that I didn't benefit. The Gemara says, no, she did benefit from the gold coin. Why? Because she did benefit in the end from the gold coin. How did she build? Because when she gave the bread, she saved that area where she didn't use more flour. She was going to use an extra little bit of flour in that area where the gold coin was, and she didn't end up giving that extra flour in the bread. And because of that, she benefited from the gold coin. And even though she didn't know and she didn't realize that she was making a shivuah and that she was lying, she thought she was telling the truth. Torah says, still, don't make a shivuah, don't make a swear. Don't make a swear over something. It's a very serious thing when a person makes a shivuah. And even sometimes you think you're telling the truth, but maybe you're mistaken in your calculations. So don't make nedarim, don't make shivuah, the Torah says. This is an important lesson. The Torah gives these instructions. And Rambam says one thing, and there were many people, by the way, that in court, they would go out of their way not to make shivuah. For us, we go to court, Baruch Hashem in America, you can say, I affirm. Don't say, I swear. It's not good to swear. Don't teach yourself to swear. And Rambam says, when should a person make an oath? When should a person make a shivuah? And Rambam says, Hanoder b'kedusha. A person, he knows that he has a certain weakness. And he knows if I make this swear, and I make this swear in front of other people, not that I always make a swear and my word is meaningless. Someone whose word is meaningless, don't do it. Don't do this. But someone who your word counts and your word means something. And you know that you're weak in a certain area. And you know you're weak in a certain area of Torah. And you make an oath in order to strengthen yourself, in order to be able to overcome that. God says that is noder b'kedusha. That is holy. That is kadosh. Because you're motivating yourself in order to achieve the next level, in order to become closer to Hashem, in order to follow the Torah, in order to that is when a person has to make the daim and shivuah. But in general, a person should avoid it to the extent possible.